Welcome to KX News on the Go. I'm Chance Stickland.
And I'm Amber French.
A man who was arrested and charged with a violent attack at a home was also in court on Monday morning. Joseph Misa pleaded not guilty to 6 felony counts, including attempted murder and burglary. He was arrested in November after deputies say he showed up to a man's home in Wilton late at night and stabbed him. A witness said Misa accused the man of doing something inappropriate with a family member. Misa then left and took a gun from the home, but he said he'd be back. Misa remains in the Burleigh Morton County Jail on a $500,000 bond. So far, his trial is scheduled for March.
Switching gears here, if you love animals and a cup of coffee, we have the perfect new spot that's opening soon. The owners of the Dakota Cat Cafe have been building a cat lounge that they say they're already working and are welcoming people in today. The cafe is on Santee Road and it offers a cozy cafe with feline-themed drinks. And people can also spend time with adoptable cats from the Furry Friends Rock and Rescue. Ashley Neville and Garrett Langer, the partners of the project, say it's the best of both worlds.
Essentially is a cafe, and then it's a separated lounge with cats in it, so people can enjoy both things at once. If you'd like, you can grab your coffee, you can come in, you can sit down, you can hang out with cats, and you can just help the rescue.
Yeah. We're very proud of the quality of the drinks, and she has an excellent knack for the holiday drinks. And
yeah, he loves it. Making up new recipes.
Yeah, there's a new recipe. I had to put a limit.
Sounds like a great time. The Dakota Cat Cafe opened at 7 this morning. If you want to sign up and visit the cats, you have to sign up in a time slot. You can have more information on that on our website.
Alrighty, a month into the winter and one city works department is already changing the way their sand trucks are operating. Leaders with the city of Minot are making some changes to their hydraulically driven sand truck setups. Chuck Schmidt, the fleet manager for the city, says this change came after identifying safety and efficiency concerns with the hydraulic connections that are located at the rear bumper of the trucks. These connections required employees to work underneath them, and by moving the connections from the rear of the truck to the side, Schmidt says it will create a safer and cleaner environment for employees. So far, one truck has been completed as a model, and Schmidt says the city is working with a local vendor to upgrade 6 more, which he says should be done within the next 30 days.
The fact that they won't have to get under the truck to be able to make the connections, and then it's a more ergodynamic friendly situation to be able to make the connection. So I think that's the biggest safety.
Schmidt says each truck upgrade costs around $4,000.
Can we do that again? I was looking the other way.
Sure.
Okay.
Which way were you looking? Am I good? In 3, 2, 1. Schmidt says each truck upgrade costs around $4,000.
Good morning, Andre.
And good morning to you too, Amber and Chance. And we are starting off our day here in the Magic City with those breezy winds developing here. As you can kind of tell on our KX cam, it's a little bit on the shaky side right now. And the temperature is quite balmy with a temperature of 43 degrees. And the winds are out of the south and west at 20 miles per hour. And as we head over into the great city of Watford City, we're also seeing those quiet conditions this morning. But however, it is quite on the breezy to gusty side with a temperature of 46 degrees, and the winds are out of the west at 23 miles per hour. Now looking ahead throughout the rest of the day, folks, we are anticipating for the warmer temperatures to invade the viewing area. Also, we're going to be watching for those windy conditions too, and then we're going to be also keeping an eye on the wintry weather moving in for late Wednesday into our Thursday. Now looking at our winds right now, they are coming up right now, and they are coming out of the west about 15 to 25 to near 35 miles per hour in some locations there in Kenmare and Crosby. So we are seeing those winds kick up a notch, and our wind gusts are kind of kicking up a notch right now in our northwestern counties, including there in Williston at 37 miles per hour. And this is just going to continue to go on up throughout the day today. Current temperatures right now, folks, are mainly in the 30s and the 40s, so it is a rather mild start to our our day. And even there in Bowman, sticking at 50 degrees, just kind of having a hard time moving around that 50-degree mark, but it is a nice start to our day. And our wind chills aren't looking too bad. Brought to you by Absolute Comfort Plumbing and Heating, mainly in the 30s. So it's really letting you know that we are seeing those really mild temperatures, and the wind chills really not impacted too much about it this morning. And we are going to be watching for those really windy conditions throughout our day today, with a wind advisory in effect through 6 o'clock this evening, and it includes places like Williston, into the Magic City, Harvey, Rugby, here in the capital city too, and here in Garrison as well. And this is where we could see wind gusts really increasing around here, so we're going to be watching that very closely. So make sure you have the small objects indoors, make sure you have the large objects tied down outdoors, and also just make sure that you're traveling safely too. Now, looking at our wind gusts throughout the day today, we're going to be seeing those wind gusts increasing to around about 40 to 60 miles per hour at times, and then once we get into the evening hours, that is where those conditions will start to improve. But that's going to be a brief sort of reprieve from the windy conditions. Now, our highs for today will mainly climb up into the 40s, so it is going to be a rather balmy day. And once we get into tonight, we will see those temperatures drop down into the 20s, so it is going to be quite a rather cool night, but nothing too extreme. Now, we will be watching for extreme conditions Wednesday night into Thursday, with a winter storm watch in effect for our north and eastern counties, and this is where we could see some blizzard-like conditions, so we are going to be watching that very closely here. And this includes places like the Magic City, Rugby, and into Lake Metagoshi, so this is something to keep in mind. And looking at the timing for our precipitation, this is midnight tonight, and this is where we can see it somewhat of an appetizer, if you will, in the form of wintry mix, and this is going to be ahead of that warm front that pushes on through. Then we'll see quiet conditions around 6, but once we get into around 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, that's where the precipitation will start to pick on up in the form of rain. Then we'll see a dry slot around 6 o'clock, and then we'll see snow squalls and blizzard-like conditions in our north and eastern counties by the time we get into midnight on Thursday, and that is going to continue into 3 o'clock on Thursday. And also, we're going to be watching for the high winds around here for our Wednesday afternoon into our Thursday afternoon, and for that very reason, we do have a high wind watch in effect, and this is where we could see wind gusts as high as around 50 to 70 miles per hour. So it's going to be quite a wild ride for Wednesday afternoon into the evening and overnight hours into our Thursday morning, and then things as we get into our Thursday afternoon and evening, that's where those conditions will start to come on down. And then we're going to be seeing temperatures drop down from the 40s on Wednesday here in Williston into the teens on Thursday, and then 30s on our Friday, and then teens as we head into our Saturday. So kind of a roller coaster trend, if you will, and that same thing goes here in the Dickinson area as well. Now, looking here in the Magic City, we're going to be seeing 40s today, 40s tomorrow, single digits on our Thursday with those blizzard-like conditions, and then 30s on Friday, then single digits on Saturday, then teens on Sunday and our Monday. And that same thing goes here in the capital city too, with 20s on Sunday and Monday and teens on Saturday. So conditions over the next several days is going to be a wild ride, so I hope you're ready for it.
We are. We're going to buckle our seatbelts and get our jackets, and if you're Amber, get a puffer jacket, and we'll hang in there, right? Mm-hmm. All right, for Amber, for Andre, everyone here at KX News, let's make it a great day.